Welcome back to Cardinal Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Ethan Jennings, and here's what happened in SVSU athletics this week. It was a big weekend for Cardinal football as they picked up a top 15 win on the road against Indianapolis on Saturday night. Despite a 17-7 halftime deficit, SVSU stormed back and took the lead when defensive back Elijah Gordon took an interception all the way back for a Cardinal pick six. Indianapolis responded and took the lead back 4 minutes later, but a 56-yard touchdown from Mason McKenzie to Terrence Brown put SVSU on top for good. They won by a final score of 28-24. Here's what head coach Ryan Brady had to say following the game.
That's a good football team. They have a great defense, great quarterback, and a lot of great skill players. So, and their coaching staff does an outstanding job. But I got to give a lot of credit to my coaching staff and our players, and they just hung in there and we battled today.
The Cardinals traveled to Marquette this week for their first GLIAC game against Northern Michigan. SVSU women's soccer had only one game this week, and it was against the number one team in the nation, the Grand Valley State Lakers. The Cardinals battled to a 0-0 tie, bringing their record to 3-3-1. Lainey Garbars had a standout performance in goal, saving all 6 shots she faced, including a few critical chances for Grand Valley in the final moments of the match. SVSU is now coming up on a challenging stretch of 5 straight road games, starting this week with Michigan Tech and Northern Michigan. The men's soccer team split their 2 home matches this week. On Wednesday, they defeated Davenport 3-0 with 2 goals from Johnny Money and 1 from Emzo Mtembu. They fell on Friday against Roosevelt in a game that included 7 yellow cards between the two teams. Jaden Cameron had the lone goal for the Cardinals. This week, SVSU travels to Wisconsin Parkside before going over to Purdue Northwest to face their 3rd top 10 opponent of the season. SVSU volleyball fell twice this week in home matches against Wayne State and Grand Valley State. The Cardinals showed resilience in both matches, even taking a set against Wayne State. Sarah Veal racked up 25 kills between the 2 matches. SVSU is away for 4 straight matches starting this weekend with matches on back-to-back days against Northern Michigan and Michigan Tech. SVSU tennis had a strong showing this weekend at the Hillsdale Fall Invitational. Nicoletta and Anastasia Diamantopoulos remained undefeated in the fall, now moving their record to 11-0. As a single, Anastasia Diamantopoulos went undefeated with a record of 3-0 as well. Lydia Long and Amelia Dixon went 3-0 over the weekend as well. This tournament concluded SVSU's fall season. They will pick back up again in February. Both the men's and women's cross-country teams competed in the Calvin Knight Invite on Saturday. The women's team won the meet with 54 points. Alexis Tracy led the way for SVSU, finishing 7th. The men's team finished 6th with 142 points. Braylon Petty was the Cardinals' top finisher with a PR. Both teams have a week off before traveling to Illinois for the Lewis University crossover. The SVSU women's golf team competed at the Warrior Fall Invitational this past week. The Cardinals got 3rd in the tournament, shooting plus 49 over 2 rounds. Megan Thiervong placed 4th as an individual to lead the way for SVSU after jumping 5 spots from the end of day 1 to the end of day 2 following a 1-over round. She was 8 over on the weekend. Starting today, women's golf will be competing in the William Beal Fall Invitational hosted by Findlay at the Findlay Country Club. The men's golf team is in action today and tomorrow after having a week off. They are playing in the Motor City Shakedown hosted by Wayne State at TPC of Michigan. Thanks for tuning in to Cardinal Sports Weekly. I'm Ethan Jennings, and we'll see you next week.